The Bank of Japan is once again hinting it may raise interest rates, which would, collapse the entire global economy. So there's that. Bitcoin, crypto, morning tea. Hey. Good morning, everybody. My name's pianomattyb. That is Scaramucci's. This is your morning TA. A brief glimpse of the crypto market, where the sun's shining, where the wind's blowing. All the humble opinion of this piano Zamboni bringing the data. The FOMO index has somehow inched up to 27 from yesterday's 26. Bitcoin dominance is 56.2%. 24-hour volume is 69 billion. The overall market cap, 1.99 trillion. Give or take 100 million. Well, it looks like the good old bulls just can't get a break these days, as those pesky bears keep swatting the price down. But we talked about this, so it should have come as no surprise to anyone in this boutique community when Bitcoin price action, she had a little dump. And I suppose we have carved out the typical bear flag après dump pattern, whose price probability does play out too. And sing it with me now. Oh, you take the pole, you slide it all the breakout point, and then we're all at 55K. Lord love a duck, she didn't do just that. After a failed attempt at breaking up and through the 200 moving average, price action put on its bear cosplay furry costume and did as a bear does, plummeting down through our channel of eternal monotony support, finding a bottom and a bounce at 55.5, and has pouted back up to at time of production 56.6. Remember that number. Yeah, placing us underneath all three moving averages and under our channel of eternal monotony. So we got some work cut out for us. Now, I'm not looking for delusionally bullish outlooks. I'm more looking for recovery-like status. First being to tuck back inside our channel of eternal monotony support, now acting as resistance, at 57.2, and then before we can look each other in the eyes, we have to get above the 20 moving average, up at 58K, and then if we want to have an honest conversation without blowing smoke up each other's Adirondacks, we need to at least retest the 50 moving average, up at 59K. But even there, our conversation will be filled with nervous energies, shaky smiles, and quivering chins, like a woman at her 30th birthday who's drank too much. Now over on the ding-dong, you can see we're also underneath all three moving averages, and in the middle of our channel of eternal monotony. Is that a data alert? Yes, it is. Says we have to talk about that 56.6-ish level from earlier. And, well, yes, it's actually the neck break line of old Mr. Clay's head and shoulders pattern. Yes. Now the level to keep your papers on is this 78.6% fib down. at 56.6. This is the neck and break line, and failing a last Hail Mary bounce from here will likely fulfill this pattern's bearish destiny. So here we are at the break line level, and we did crash through it and left the 30-year-old drunken birthday girl wick at 55.5. So, well, we got to hold this level. Continued selling pressure will put us at the mercy of this head and shoulders pattern, which does play out to 43K-ish. Quick look at the Wookie. Sees we did close the candle hill of red on Sunday, carving out this Dirk the Glarian bearish engulfing candle, which signals we could see more bearish pressure this week. And it wouldn't surprise me to see a retest of this 50 moving average down at 53K, which is also this channel of dissension support, which we've tested and respected since we've been consolidating here for the past 6 months. We have thrown many drunken birthday girl wicks under her, but have only closed one candle underneath back in early July. So she's looking pretty red and bearish and not fun, but this is September. We know that she's historically rough, so put on your safety helmets and grab your popcorn. She's gonna be a bumpy ride. Would you look at that, my friends? The sun's up. It's a beautiful day here on planet Earth, a day none of us are guaranteed. We're not guaranteed these days, yet we're lucky enough to have anyway, so get out there, knock 'em dead, and remember, we're playing the same game as our psychopathic collectively. That's right, it's the long game. So zoom out and have a fantastic day. And we'll be going live right away, so grab yourself a coffee. Join me for a quick one, and by all means, sing it with me now. Or on the banks of boom to spang, Bitcoin, crypto, morning tea. Hey, whoa. Ching. Lord love a duck if she didn't do just that. Now, we know it's September. We know this. We've talked about it. Actually, we talk about it every year. September. What's going on with these comments? There we go. Jesus, the OCD was starting to build up. I didn't even know why. I just felt something was off. I looked up and the math was off on the comments. We talk about this every September, how September is just coming, and then, you know, I've seen some videos where people are like, well, yeah, there is a chance that it could go up, but really the chance of it going up is negligible. It's not like it goes up anything you'd ever, write home from your summer camp about. Dear mom and dad, September actually went up 2%. Like, who cares? It usually goes down. Now, there are a bunch of funny things happening in the old global macro market. You have Japan talking again. It's funny, how everyone faded Japan for decades. Well, who cares what the Japan? Once upon a time, Japan had a great economy. They don't anymore, so who cares? Stop talking about them. Meanwhile, they're everyone's little piggy bank, secret piggy bank, almost Epsteinian piggy bank. Yeah, we're just here at old Japan, 0% interest. You might want to go borrow some money and put it in something that goes up 1%, and then you're making 1% for free. Don't tell anyone. Don't tell anyone.
turns out we all got drunk. Not us. I didn't really think about it till it crashed. But all these big hedge funds, these big countries were getting drunk on the 0% financing. And now they're going, well, I hate to break it to you guys. We can't keep doing this. We've been propping up the global economy for 3 decades now. She's getting heavy. Something's got to give. So we got that, which may unravel even more. And of course, the SHIT will hit the fan if that happens. Will she take the Bitcoin price down with her? Yeah. I think we're in that stage of the bull run where we're no longer running contrary to macro situations. And what I mean by that is, Juma, you remember the bull market. Somebody said the color red. Hell, whoa, look at the sky. It's red. Boom. Bear market. You see red candles everywhere. It's almost like any time that there is anything bearish going on, the SHIT does hit the fan. And anytime something good happens, doesn't really matter. And I've gotten to the point now where I've, you know, the reverse psychology, and then there's reverse psychology. Then if you want to get really crazy, it's reverse psychology. I don't know where we are anymore in that wheelhouse, that flywheel of reverse psychology when it comes to good news or bad news. Is bad news good news, or is bad news now? Or is bad news good news, but the good news is actually bad news? I don't even know where we are anymore. So when the announcements come out, I think there's some non-farm payroll today, maybe. I see that they're so cockamamie that I don't really even pay attention to them. I should, but they're just, well, how do you read them? Bad news is good news is. Who's texting me early in the morning? Can you believe it? It's 8:13. I don't know anyone who's even up right now, except for everybody who's going to a job, I suppose. It's the start of school. Most of my sister and her husband, teachers, back at school. Just like that. Summer's over, back at school. The audacity of them to text me this early, Wick's wife. You feel it. You feel my pain, right? What am I going to do? Like, I'd be scared to text someone back at this. What are you texting me for? Is it an emergency? Don't text me in emergencies. So how do you react to these announcements when you don't really know what the hell's going on, up or down? So let's say the non-farm payroll comes up and it's horrible. What does that mean? Does that mean it's horrible good? Or does it just mean it's horrible? Again, it's horrible. Because historically, if there was bad job numbers, well, that would be bad for the economy and things would take a dive. But because we're playing macro chess, it's like, well, things are bad. The job numbers are bad, which means old Scotch on the Rocks booze breath Jerry Pow is probably more inclined to hit the interest rates, which is good. Or lower the interest rates, which is good. However, now we're in 3D chess. Sometimes, or more times than not, when he does do a interest rate, when he lowers it, the price tanks. So is it bad news? Is good news equals bad news? And then, wait a second. And then we recover right away. It's a V-shaped recovery. So I get it. Bad news is good news, which is bad news, which is good news. That's the way it happens. Sneaky Pete vaporizers. He's a Canadian. He says September to remember, says this community member. Oh, we ended on an A minor. Add the 9, Pete. See, if it was A minor 7, it's fine, no big deal. Ends on A minor 7. Who cares? But when an A minor 7 add the 9, guess how crazy that chord is. It poses a question. Yeah, it is pensive. AF for sure. You add the 9, or some people call it the second, who cares? I guess the 9 would be up here. This is the second. You were right, Pete. It is the A minor 7th, add the second. It is pensive as F. Leaves you with more questions than A minor 7th. Anyway, that's great. Thank you for this. The super chat, Sneaky Pete Vapes. Now, if that wasn't a bullish whistle, I don't know what is. 4-hour chart, the noisy little so-and-so. All we see are lower highs, lower lows is all we see. The trend is your friend, even if you don't like the way the trend looks. It's still a trend, and she is going down. I would say we tested this, and we finally broke through. Now, this is that 30-year-old birthday girl, drunken birthday girl. Now, we've all been there at a party where it's like some girl you maybe brought or or is the birthday girl, drinks too many of those canned red wines. And now she's crying in the corner. About what? Nobody knows. She's just kind of like laughing, crying. You got to sit there. Anyway, these are what these wicks are. They're meaningless. The conversation's meaningless. It's almost like a toddler on mushrooms. They're like, what are I kind of get it, but I also don't. So we got to get back into this channel of eternal monotony. Now, even if we get back here, we're still at the bottom, which the resistance, which would turn to support, which is big deal. We're still hurting, folks. We're still hurting. Now, the 20 moving average, headwinds. 50 moving average, headwinds. I threw this one in here earlier when I was writing the script for the video, and I thought I'd use it. It's more of a descending channel, a channel of descension, if it were, from a long time back. Like if we go, let's just take a sneaky peek at this, see how far back it goes. It goes so far back, it's off the charts there, so let's not even worry about it. I might get rid of it tomorrow. But it is something to look at because it is confluent with the 50 moving average. You couldn't see what I was doing there. With the 50 moving average. So there's headwinds there. And then finally headwinds at the 200 moving average. Danny Kane, everyone turns into a toddler when they take shrooms. That's for sure. It's been a long time since I did mushrooms, like heavy dose. I microdosed when I recorded all the bubbles in the world. Now it all makes sense, doesn't it? And I also left the link in the description notes there. If you want to hear an album that was written by me when I was microdosing mushrooms, turns out it was a children's album. You see how the serpent eats its tail here? Mushrooms, toddlers, tears, bubbles. That is the album I legitimately wrote. I called it Microdosing Mondays, and I would write and record a song on Mondays. It was great. It really worked, and I haven't done it since. But if you take a look at that, if you got nothing to do today, click on that link. It'll take you. I think all the songs are free right from the website. But you can see, if you look at them through the eyes of, okay, he said he was microdosing mushrooms when he wrote this. You will get it. You will understand where these songs came from. I guarantee it. Anywhere, where was I? Why are these tangents here? 4-hour noisy little so-and-so. Oh, right. Yeah. So, I mean, this is just so we can have an honest conversation about where we stand in this bull market. The 200 moving average is as simple as that. I mean, underneath here, we're looking at some pain. Put on your safety belts. We are looking for some pain. Forecast, pain, with occasional showers of pain. Humidity, pain. And now over on the ding dong, this is what we didn't want to see. We didn't want to see us come back into the right shoulder of the dead eye, Mr. Clean. And of course, we talked about it. 56.6 is the break line. I don't really have it here, do I? I should. I have so many. Look how noisy it's getting. I should really do some house cleaning on this one. Will I? No. I don't got time to do house cleaning on charts. It's as simple as double clicking and deleting, but I won't do it. This is the neckline that breaks. So we're basically, well, it's a little bit too far over. I can't see. My big noggin's in the way. Let's move the dead-eyed smile of old Mr. Clean over too. We are, currently, no, this is too high. Come on, that's 57.8. It's 56.6. We are right at, look at that. There's that little 30-year-old birthday girl crying in the corner wick that nobody cares about. That is underneath. We did get a bounce from it. She's not crying anymore, one might say, if we want to continue on that metaphor. But this is it, folks. This is where we have to bounce and get the hell away from, because this is do or die time. And now it doesn't mean that once we break it, we immediately fulfill the bearish destiny of the head and shoulders pattern. It doesn't mean that. It just means the probabilities of it playing out get higher. Now, when we hit 55.5 last night, I believe it was, when I woke up this morning, I'm like, I take a look at my notes and go, did I do any 55.5 probabilities? I scroll through and I have them all the numbers in green. And sure enough, there it was. It was a bull flag that I didn't, or a bear flag that I didn't even want to do. I remember when I saw the video, I'm like, I remember not even wanting to do that bear flag. It was barely a bear flag. I didn't even want to do it. Turns out she hit almost to the decimal. 55K, 55.5. Those are the probabilities. Those are when it happens, it happens. Sometimes it doesn't happen. Now you hear a lot of TA people will be giving you all these probabilities. Nobody's a psychic. Nobody knows. If anyone was a psychic at trading, they would be running a hedge fund. So you got to take it with a grain of salt and do your own research and agree or disagree whether the probabilities are. So because we are in a bearish trend that is our friend no matter what she looks like, probabilities get a little bit higher. Let's say the bear flag is a stereotypical 58% probability, which is decent. You run that over 10 times and you have enough. You don't lose too big on the ones that don't. You're probably going to make money on it. But if we are in a bullish uptrend and we saw a little pullback with who is texting me? That is crazy. And we would see the probabilities go down on a bear flag when the trend is your friend and we like the way she looks. You're attracted to the way she looks. I would say it wouldn't have panned out. But of course, we are in the bearish leg of this consolidation into infinity. Jimmy, I was just reaching out, pianomattyb, about your car extended warranty. Oh, I thought I was going to answer it and see it's Patrick. He took out life insurance. You know what now most people won't recognize that commercial, but if you do, this commercial played probably every day after school when I was little, and I'd have two old people and they would go, bring, landline, right? Bring, they'd answer it. Hello? It's Patrick. He's taking out life insurance. Like in an instant. So this is how would I have to go? Bring. Hello, hi, it's Patrick. Get the good life insurance. Like you couldn't even get it out that fast. But they gotta time things. And then it had the older woman write out medical. You gotta take a medical. Let me know if anyone remembers that one. I mean, it might be a Canadian thing. I don't know. Sneaky Pete. Video and live. So let's take a look at this. What am I doing here? Just the video, 14%. I guess that's not showing up for you, is it? Oh, damn it. Can't go that low. Oh, well, we'll try it. Just the video, 14%. Video and live stream, 86%. Okay. Well, I guess the video and live stream. Michael Norris, my wife's Canadian, and she remembers. All right. Perfect. So it wasn't a waste of 90 seconds explaining something that's like, no, sorry, we're American. We don't get it. For 86% video and live stream. Okay, because sometimes I wonder, the reason why I put that poll up is that, sometimes I don't watch videos of some of the creators I enjoy because I look at how long it is. I'm like, I don't got 30 minutes. I'll check back in later when I have 30 minutes. When I'm driving, that's when I do my YouTubing, is when I'm driving. But if I'm at home, I've got 30 minutes to do things, right? So I was just wondering maybe if it's too long in the morning for people's daily thing. Maybe the 8-minute video is just enough and get on with your life. But Wick's wife, 14% of people are incorrect. Sorry. Well, it's bumped down to 13% now. So if you haven't taken the poll and you like the video in the live stream, we can change those numbers. We can get it to 87%. It's 87% video and live stream, 13% just the video. Okay, well, now I know. I was always wondering. That's why it's like sometimes I'll just do the live stream even though there's no video to make. Because like I said before, technical analysis is a reaction to price movement. So if the price does not move, because I'll always see a couple comments, what? No TA? What? No TA? There's only not TA if there's no price movement, because you can't talk. Imagine this. Imagine you're hockey. Always comes down to hockey with these Canucks. Eh? You don't have any other analogies except for hockey? No. Hockey, maple syrup, that's it. So imagine if you're a hockey announcer, Gretzky coming up the puck, he shoots it to Anderson. Anderson moves it to Mark Messier. Messier over to Kari. This is the age I used to watch hockey. And imagine if the puck stopped moving. It's like, and Gretzky passes the puck. It's at the blue line. It's just at the blue line. Well, as soon as the puck stops moving, there's nothing to talk about. So I always look forward to price moving, even if it's on the downside. I mean, it's the downside's the downside. You got to take it what you got to. Like when you're a sick degen like myself, up, down, I don't care, because I'm 2 cycles out. This mofo. Listen, it's this bull run. I'm excited for this bull run. However, there's nothing going to change in my life. Nothing's going to change. I am not going to be taking anything off the table. I will just be living into the next cycle. And even 4 years from now, think about that. 4 years from now, it's going to be like this. Duke will be 13. Makes me sad, actually. He will be 13, and I still won't be taking anything off the table, because the cycle after that, that's when we start talking about whether Duke can accept some Satoshis. And that's why I don't care. All set. 100% pianomattyb. We only see what the data input output educated reaction with TA. Yeah, that's it. No movement, no video. Does Duke have a wallet? His wallet is my wallet, because much to the chagrin of my entire family, I tell them, if you're going to buy him anything for his birthday or Christmas, just buy him Bitcoin. Here's the code. Well, what code's that? Well, it's a code. Well, how do I do that? Okay, tell you what. Whatever money you want to give him to me, and I buy Bitcoin with it. Not that it matters, because essentially everything that I've ever purchased is his too. So it's not like there's Duke's and mine. But yes, that's how Duke gets his, and sometimes he earns it. However, he's more motivated in Roblox. This is why these weird altcoins and NFTs, can have legs with that next generation, because they're like, well, I get what like Roblox to them's gauche. They understand that that's valuable something to them. So it doesn't matter. He is too young to learn about the corruption of the banking system. First off, it's a dark one. I wasn't, how old was I when I learned about the corruption of the banking system? I was 31. Yep. And the reason why I went down that wormhole is I was currency trading. And as an early currency trader, I was bad and I didn't know enough. So I was losing money. And as I was wait for a bus, I'd call it, right? So if you miss a trade, especially when you're currency trading, it's very fast, right? I was on the 5-minute chart like a psycho. Boom, 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 boom. Some trades would be like tick, 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 out, right? Because you only want to get like 4 pips leverage. That's $20, $80. Boop, boop, boop. But while I was waiting for a bus, I would just, try to learn things. I was recording as well, always really a musician. Everything else was just like, well, maybe I'll try this. And I said, I was trying to figure out Pro Tools 7. And I went, Pro Tools 7 tutorial. Bang! What comes up? Nothing about Pro Tools 7, but the question, what happened to Building 7? I remember looking at it like, what did happen to Building 7? Why did it go down? Anyway, that led me into a dark, dark, dark place. But just like anything, cause and effect. It's like life's a big pinball game. Boom, bang, ding, bing, boom, boom, bang, bang. And the next thing you know, here I am. And maybe, let's think about that. As the sliding doors, whatever the Ben Affleck movie is, had I not been suggested, why do I keep hearing? Duke? Yeah. Are you going to come in or what? No? It's now or never, buddy. Now or never. Anyway, had I never pressed that Pro Tools 7, I wouldn't have been suggested. Why did Building 7 fall? I probably never would have been here. I probably would have. I'm just saying those weird catalysts, those weird little knowledge nuggets that point you in different directions in life. And you never know where it's going to point you, do you?
Make sure you like and subscribe.